beginning, the distortions, the distractions, and where we are today. And you talk about some of the solutions, but there is a concern that going by the current realities, it will be extremely difficult for any change to happen in Nigeria. What is your take?
Well, I think there should be no pessimism, and that's my concern. We should have pessimism. We should have pessimism. But again, the reality is that Nigeria is trapped. To extricate Nigeria needs high energy politics. For example, electoral reform, INEC. The idea of having conferences, NGOs, moving no, you have to go to political rallies, political campaigns, mobilize all politicians to make sure we recreate INEC. So pessimism is not necessary. You have to make the right revolution, and that revolution is ballot box. So what I see is that if Nigerians are willing, intense, committed, work together, especially the young people we see here, they can change the game. So the struggle for change, real transformation, takes time, ups and downs. Look at the history of countries like China. I talk about it didn't just come. Internal struggle within the CCP. You look at Korea, it was a military coup, but that military coup is not the answer. They have to work hard to contend and overcome. You look at Singapore, anywhere in the world. So Nigerians don't have to be pessimistic. We have to acknowledge that the system is trapped. And to trap it, we have to step away from the system. We have to, that's why it's a word, you have to disrupt. You have to reject narratives, you have to reject mythologies and create new worlds. And that is that we can be a one people, diverse ethnic group, diverse religious groups, but one country, that we can focus on development, that we can create wealth for everybody.
Why we need to change the trajectory, to remove the system that people created that is just helping the rich to be richer and the poor to be poorer, and also to tell them about leadership, and also to dismiss the thinking that we have to get somebody from our side or somebody with the same religion to lead us. In Nigeria, we share almost everything. If you have a car or you are a rich person, you will see different tribes getting money out of you. It costs across. If it's a bad leadership, it costs across. If it's good leadership, it costs across. So it's very, very important for us to take what we have learned from this book presentation to our own people, to explain to them, so that at least by spacious grace of God, Nigeria will change. What Peter Obi represents is that it's a shift, like a 180-degree shift with the type of leadership we used to see before. With a person that is committed to uplifting people directly. He has done it in Anambra. People I'm seeing, I have never seen anybody with that kind of passion. And it's the passion that will change young people, the ministers that he's going to employ, the governors that are going to work. It's the same passion. We have to have a moral compass, not do what we have seen today. That we have seen a president that will go out to go buy a private jet for himself, a yacht for himself, clean a house for himself, build a good house for his vice president. It will give us the moral compass for other governors and the other people in the National Assembly to change. But if you have a president that is focused for development and he is all out directly to see, other young people will start to emulate him. Because at this level, young people in university are emulating the politicians. They just want to grab money. That's why every day you see a problem of Yahoo guys. The Yahoo guys in the university and the Yahoo guys in the government, because they are copying each other. We have to have where we can have the change in our moral compass, in leadership, and also in ourselves, in trying to get a person that will focus himself strictly for national development.
And that requires new politics. And that new politics have to be high energy politics. Focus on mobilizing the people at the grassroots. Focus on breaking rank with the established political giants. Trust the people. Give them the information. Mobilize them. Keep speaking to them. Don't be discouraged. They may make mistakes. The people may collect money and vote wrong people. Next year, keep telling them. That's how this revolution will happen. It has to be intense, persistent, and high energy politics.
How do we address the lacuna in the system? Because it's about systemic issues.
That lacuna,
now, talking about INEC,
yes.
The vote has to count. What if in the case the vote did not count? What will happen?
The vote has to count. It will not count if we trust INEC like we did last year, or INEC will do it well. No, we have to look at, for example, you look at INEC internal rules, they are very bad. You have to force INEC to reform. You have to force National Assembly members, 108 senators, 305. We tell them we're going to campaign against you no matter your political parties. If you don't bring a new electoral act that allows for real, unmistakable electoral transmission from the polling units. You have to do that, yes.
A quick one, sir.
Yeah.
Marking June 12th as Democracy Day in Nigeria, what will be your take on how Nigerian democracy can be improved?
It can only be improved if we take it away from transaction. Democracy is not business transaction. It's not the way governors share money with president. Democracy is about the people. If the people are willing to make it work, it will work. So this idea of elitism, that democracy is something that few people meet and transact. Democracy is the energy of the people. Unlock that energy, and that's how it works.
Some are calling for homegrown democracy, for instance. Do you think that there is need for us to tinker with the current democratic trajectory?
I think we can tinker with, we should, but every institutional tinkering will tell the people, the spirit is that energetic movement of the people. Without that spirit, you can tinker and borrow from Russia, borrow from China, and then it becomes transaction. The politicians will sit there and behave as if they are marketers, sharing proceeds, and the system will grow. So yes, we should tinker, we should reform, but the first reform is say, we owe this democracy, we are the people. We want to show forth, we demand change and get the change in.
Okay, the fear of the one-party state is already.
One-party state is a creation of political indolence, no energy politics. The people are energetic. Why is that one-party? This is a party. Four of us can be a party. There's no one-party system. What we have is collective amnesia, inducement. People collect money and shoot. There's no one-party system. One-party system. Nigeria has official multi-party system. So if politicians go and defect and collect money, we the people should form a different party and vote them out. That is on record. There is no one-party system. There's no threat of one party. What we have is a threat of corrupt politicians colluding and come under one roof. Let them be under one roof. Let all of us be a different roof and win them and chase them away.
The need for us to take this back into the negotiation room where the different leaders are trying to unite themselves and begin to develop a more clearer roadmap that will lead us to the next election. I think that is the takeaway,
So do you agree with him that Nigeria needs a democratic revolution?
I mean, that is not something to even debate about, The mere fact that Nigerians are not satisfied with what we have today, and we are all agonizing about the fact that leaders have failed from the promises they made to Nigerians. I think that justifies the clamor for electoral revolution as is being put. And I think the challenge before all of us is how to make that possible.
But how do you think this will happen instead of capture that we're talking about?
No, it's all about how we are able to organize ourselves, First and foremost, like I said, is how we take this from here back into the negotiation room and how that bring about a new roadmap that will give Nigerians the clarity about how the election will be contested in 2027.
It is coming at the time Nigeria is also celebrating what they call Democracy Day, June 12th. Do you think democracy has been working for Nigeria? Or what sort of modification do you think is required to make it...
The mere fact that we are talking about electoral revolution confirms that democracy has not worked. If anything, the truth about it is that we said Nigerian democracy is facing existential crisis now. And the challenge before all patriots is how to give birth to new democratic era, whereby, the choices of Nigerians are affirmed and that it is possible for Nigerians to begin to get their expectation realized from the electoral system. I think that's the challenge.
Finally, maybe you lead us into the coalition talks. 30th June has been set for the unveiling of a new platform to run. But there has been concerns around whether the coalition talk is in limbo. Some say that the whole group is in disarray and all of that.
I have seen a lot of some other things. I think people are just saying what they don't know. There is no limbo. I mean, we are on course. Somebody talk of 30th June, but I can tell you we are way ahead. Sooner than later, people will get to know where we are.